Hey Carolyn, I'm so excited to be able to tribute you from one mother to another. You continuously just amaze me. You have two young kids and understand the pressures that means on a woman, but you also are still continuing to lead our school with so much joy, but also very seriousness about what our work means. You just create so much positive energy for our community, and while we are going to miss you, I think it'll be fantastic for you to spread that positivity over to the entire Brooklyn Prospect community. You're going to be missed, but I really hope that our paths continue to cross in the work that you do. All right, good luck in your new endeavor, and we'll miss you.
Hi, Carolyn. I just wanted to take a minute to let you know how much you're appreciated and how such a big difference you've made for me, not just as a working mom, but also as a fellow educator or woman in education. Definitely as a working mom, you've shown me you can do it all and still do it with grace and care. And I've learned so much over the past 2 years with working with you at Brooklyn Prospect. Just your warm approach to everything, despite being a leader, it's not always about, asserting your dominance over the people that you work with, but also showing them that you care and that your goal is to support them and to watch them grow the same way, someone may have done for you. And I've felt that since day one working with you, and I really appreciate everything that you've given me as a person. And I don't know what Winter Terrace is gonna look like without you being there, but I'm sure you've left it in good hands, and I just want you to know that you'll definitely be missed, and I just thank you for everything.
Hi Carolyn, I just wanted to say thank you so much for everything that you've done, both for me, for the students, and for the entire Brooklyn Prospect community. I know that I'm pretty new and I haven't been around for most of your career at Brooklyn Prospect, but I know that you've made a huge, profound impact on our community. I really admire especially the way that you handle situations of stress and uncertainty and anxiety. Your calmness and just comfort with the discomfort is super admirable, and I look up to you a lot. I've really enjoyed having you as my principal for this year, and I'm super sad to see you go, although happy for Kirsten and excited for the future. I wish you best of luck in your new role. I know you're going to be great, and I hope you have a really nice farewell party week and all this excitement that goes along with it. Thanks again for being an awesome principal, and I can't wait to see how you continue to help and serve our Brooklyn Prospect community.
Hi Carolyn, I just wanted to say thank you for being such a caring and calming presence in my first year at Brooklyn Prospect. I've always admired with working with you this year just how much you put a student-focused lens on everything and every decision that you make. And I know that you're going to carry that into your next job and have an even bigger outreach on students.
Hi, Carolyn. On behalf of the many lives that you've touched, I want to thank you for your dedication, for your sacrifice, for your creativity, for your ideas that help shape and mold the lives of many students that have come through the doors of your school, for the faculty members and staff that you've helped shape and develop. Thank you. And how lucky are we that we get to take everything that you've learned and that passion and dedication back to the network to help make an even greater impact across all of our schools. I wish you the best of luck in this next chapter. I know it will be bittersweet. I know it will be hard transitioning, but it will be worth it because the many more lives that you will get to touch will be greater now more than ever. So thank you so much, and I look forward to working with you.
Carolyn, I want to thank you for always allowing yourself to be vulnerable and for advocating always for our community. One thing that I learned from you that I hope I won't forget is to always see the good in people. You see us as humans, as mothers, as fathers, as people who need nurturing and someone who listens. You've done that for all of us. I will miss you, but I'm sure and I'm excited to see your impact across our school. I'm wishing you the best. I'm sorry, I wanted to have Penelope in the video. Penelope, say good luck. Good luck, Carolyn.
Hi, Carolyn. Just sending you a little note to pass on that we're going to miss you so much at Brooklyn Prospect, Windsor Terrace. Obviously, you'll still be connected to us in all the amazing ways that you'll be able to offer leadership to the school community. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you so much for continuing to support me through all the many ways that I continue to grow as a social worker. And I think it's felt really lucky for me that I've been able to share so many of my biggest life moments with the Brooklyn Prospect community and you. I think there's so many ways that our professional work together has been extremely meaningful for me. Interestingly, the one moment that really stands out the most to me is a personal moment. And I think I've shared this with you before, but I had just come back to work. Lydia was 3 months old, and I was really trying to do the dance of meet with students all the time and try to carve out this 3 times a day pumping schedule. And I was really finding it to be challenging, and I left my pump at home. And I will never forget that in the middle of the day, I came knocking on your door and was in tears, and you were 100% willing to drop everything that I know you needed to do that day. And we're let's go down to the mother's room. And I think maybe there's, an old pump somewhere. We can just look around in the lockers. And that had so much meaning for me. And then you just said, maybe you just got to run home real quick. Your perspective, your ability to see some humor in that situation, and you're just, let's go do this together attitude. I felt so lucky to have a strong woman leader as a person that I could go to in the building. So thank you for that. And thank you for continuing to be someone who, I think sees the best in all of your staff, and myself included, and just helps me to grow. So it's a funny thing to not say bye, but also say bye. So kind of bye, but I know that I'll be seeing you in the future. Bye.
Carolyn, I feel so lucky to have worked alongside you for the last few years and to have you as my principal and supervisor during my few years as department head. Something I really appreciate and admire about you is that you always put the human side of our jobs and people first. And you are really amazing at asking how people are doing, being vulnerable and sharing about your own life and experience. And I think it's really empowering to teachers to see those qualities in their leader of their school. You will be deeply missed. Thank you for just taking time on a Friday afternoon during our one-on-ones during the school year to check in, see how I'm doing, and be an awesome collaborative problem solver for things going on in my department and in the school. So wishing you the best and excited to still work with you just in a different capacity next year.
Hi, Carolyn. I can't believe you're leaving. I truly can't even imagine Windsor Terrace without you, because I've literally never been there without you. You have done so much as a principal. You've cared more about everybody more than any principal I've ever worked with. So thank you so much for being so empathetic and for caring so much about everybody around you. You'll be missed, but I'm so excited that we'll still get to see you.
Hi, Carolyn. Thank you so much for all your over 10 years of service to Brooklyn Prospect. It really shows how much you care about our school. And speaking of care, when I heard that the name of the celebration and tribute to you was You Can't Spell Carolyn Without Care, I mean, it's just so perfect, because that is so true about you. I mean, one of the things I think comes to mind first about you is how much you care to hear everybody's voice, and how you make time and open your door to everyone, make time for and open your door to everyone. And I just always appreciated that about you so much, and admired that about you. I never understood how you could fit that into your day when you're already so busy, and
how I could just be popping by and you never seemed annoyed. It didn't make any sense to me, like that you're not annoyed when I'm popping in. And just how much care you showed to the school, the students, the staff was just amazing. Sometimes I'd pop in, there'd be a kid doing math in your office that you'd be helping. I don't think there are principals around like that, like you. So thank you so much. I don't know how you did it. Another thing I really admire about you is how brilliant you are and how you are so good at systems and thinking through problems and coming up with solutions so quickly. I'd come to you with something and it was like 2 seconds later, you just had this like brilliant solution. And usually you were doing that and at the same time like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm just writing to this other person at the same time. I'm listening, and you really were. And I don't know how you came up with any of the solutions, let alone 2 solutions at the same time, like with 2 different people. It was truly like astonishing. It felt like a magic trick to me every time. And finally, one thing that's been such a pleasure for me is your passion for world language. As the multilingualist that you are yourself, I admire you so much for all the languages that you speak so well. You kind of shocked me the other day in a Spanish demo, just coming up with Spanish. And I was like, oh, wait, she also speaks Spanish. I don't know if I remembered that. So thank you so much. It's been so amazing to work with you. And I appreciate all the time and effort that you've given me and given all of us. And thank you. And I look forward to continuing to work with you as a network head. Okay. Thank you. Can't believe you won't be principal next year. Okay. Thank you.
Hi, Carolyn. Congratulations. We're so excited for you. We were so glad to hear about the new role that you're going to be taking on, and of course really sad for all the students and families that will miss you at Windsor Terrace. Gosh, when I think about you, Carolyn, I'm going to cry here. There's so much that I admire about you, Carolyn. You have just been such a beacon for me as a teacher and a leader and just a person. I think you're great. I think you're great at everything you do. I love the time and attention you show to people and the details. And gosh, I miss you. I miss lots of you guys, but especially you, Carolyn.
Hi, Carolyn. I'm so excited for you and your new role. I appreciate you so much. There are things that you said during those 5 years that I was there that I still think of as central to how to be a teacher, how to be a colleague, how to balance life with all of its complexities. So I think that you are going to give such awesome leadership to all the people who you continue to interact with at Brooklyn Prospect. And I'm so excited for you, and I can't wait to hear about your next adventures. We miss you.
Hi, Ms. Michael. I just wanted to say thank you so much for giving me the wonderful opportunity to work at WTMS. I can't express to you how much fun it is to work at your school. The students there are wonderful. They are so creative. They are so energetic. They are so bright. And one of the reasons why this is true is the culture that you set in your school. You, the support staff, the teaching staff, everybody, they love on the students so much. They are so ready to encourage them. They champion the students. They encourage them to be their fullest self. And it's evident. I work sometimes to the DOE, and I can just be honest, you don't always see that in schools, but you see it every time you walk into the doors of WTMS. So I just wanted to thank you for that wonderful opportunity. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. I know that you are going to do great. And one last thing, when I got to share a class with you, a math class, first I was slightly intimidated because I was like, oh my goodness, is she gonna fire me on the spot? But you were just phenomenal. The way you just helped them to understand the lesson I learned as I was helping the students learn. It was just great. So I'm so happy to have had the opportunity to work with you. Thank you for everything that you've given me, and I just appreciate the encouragement every time you pass me in the hallways. It really meant a lot. Congratulations. Thanks. Bye.
Carolyn, You're moving on to another role. That's really exciting. I've learned a lot from you this year, and I'm really excited to see, where your career with BPCS takes you, and the impact that you have on staff and students throughout the network. I really have appreciated my time spent with you this year, and I really admire, all of the ways that you're able to make people feel validated, and really listen to their concerns and their ideas before making a decision or before communicating information. It's been really inspiring, and I'm excited to see your leadership trickle down to more parts of the network going forward. This is also kind of awkward because you're not actually leaving. So I'm excited to see you around in the future.
Hi, Carolyn. You've gotten so many of these videos, I'm sure. And even though I'm just one number out of many, I'm sure you're receiving all of the just absolute head over heels support and love that's coming your way. Specifically for me, it's just been a blessing. You are a blessing, and you've been a blessing ever since I came to Brooklyn Prospect. Your warmth, your care, your genuine support, your understanding, your genuine excitement, just genuine is the theme here. And you'll be sorely missed. Very missed in the halls of Windsor Terrace Middle School, but I'm lucky and I'm blessed as well because I'll be getting to see you. So I'm really excited about that, and we haven't lost you, and we love you. We really, really do. So when you're gonna crush it. You're gonna kill it at the new position, and I'm looking forward to working with you. And you're an absolute mentor to me, and I look up to you in many, many ways. God bless, and good luck.
Hi, Carolyn. It feels weird and a little sad to be making this kind of video for you. But I just wanted to thank you so much for the big and small ways you have impacted and improved my life over the last 9 years. It's really been such an honor and a pleasure to know you and to work with you. And I so admire and appreciate the way that you make our whole team and all the iterations of our Windsor Terrace team that we've had over the years feel seen and appreciated and cared about. It has been just really, really wonderful to build my career with you and to always have you as a role model, as a professional, as an educator, as a working mom. And you're just one of those people that I've always felt inspired by. It's like, if Carolyn can do this, I don't know if I can do this, but I want to try. So thank you for your warmth, your smile, your leadership, your guidance. Even if you've been busy at times as a principal, of course, or all the time, you just have a way about you that has made me feel cared for and seen. And that's hard in this profession. So thank you.
For you, I could not possibly not comment on your leaving. A couple of years ago, you were the math teacher across the room. You were as slick and smart and cool then as you are now. I was the new teacher, still like a fly in your hair, but you never seemed flustered. Your kids loved you. You always arrived to class with a math level that seemed superior, even though you never acted superior. A couple years later, I was on a team that was interviewing you to be head of middle school. Well, you know Carol Brittany, she's not going to speak up on behalf of someone she doesn't believe in. And later, you were head of middle school at Brooklyn Prospect Charter School. So deserving, so kind, so humble. And no matter what, I would put my face against your glass and I could always come in. You're bright, you're intelligent, you're kind, but I think perhaps my favorite things for you, Caroline, is that you're humble and you are always prepared. You got the background and you can always reference somebody else's work. Your humility makes you superior at the work you do, so that when you present what you're presenting, you're never shoving it down on someone's throat. You're asking them to give you a chance by looking it up, feeling it, and thinking about it. And you are always receptive to hearing our comments. So as you go, and as I go, I want you to know that you have so much to give the world. I hope they stop and receive it like I did. You are among the best educators I've ever met, and God knows I've been around a long time, a couple of years, 35. Best of luck, Carolyn. My love to you and to your family.
Carolyn, where do I start? I'm incredibly grateful to have worked with you for so many years, for your commitment and your dedication to Brooklyn Prospect and the work you do day in and day out for our students, families, and staff. You've got a devotion, a passion for education, and your energy for the work is contagious. I had such a wonderful time working with you while I was at Windsor Terrace Middle. It was a true joy to collaborate with you to try to make everything about the school better day by day, year by year, to best serve our students. Thank you for your years of service to the school and the organization. I'm looking forward to our work ahead together.
Hey, Carolyn. You know, sometimes when I think about how long I've been at Brooklyn Prospect, I just stop and remember that you've been here longer. And I just want to say I'm so grateful for everything that you've done over the years, from welcoming me and so many others into the community to, gosh, so much. You know, I think a lot of people, when they think of you, just think of you as somebody who's always been with the middle school. But I know how much you have influenced the growth of all of us as Prospect schools and as the high school. I mean, you were our first IB director. And I'm so grateful for all the times that we dug into and worked together on our MYP authorization and our DP authorization and really tackled such incredibly complex questions. And I was grateful to have the opportunity to do that with you. Thank you for being always there and a wonderful thought partner and a friend. And even though I know you're not going very far and you'll still be there for all of us, it'll be different. And so I wish you the very best of luck as you move on to your new adventures. Congrats.
Hi, Carolyn. I want to start by saying that I think you've been an amazing leader for our community and have just been consistently impressed by the way that you've run and led our school. I started here, my first year was your first year as principal, and I feel like you've created such an amazing environment for me to grow in as a teacher and also as a leader as I've moved into leadership positions. And I've just deeply appreciated the example you've set as a leader. Some of the things I've appreciated are your patience and your ability to see other people's perspectives. I feel like you hear a lot of people when they're upset, or scared, or frustrated, and I feel like you just deal with that so artfully in a way that is really inspiring to me. I also really appreciate your commitment to our students and to the causes that matter. I feel like under your leadership, our school has just continued to double down on equity and the things that are really core to what we stand for as a school as a whole. So thank you for that. And then finally, I really appreciate just the joy that you bring to your work. I feel like I'm always seeing you just bring so much happiness into the building, and I feel like it sets an example and inspires other people to feel similarly about coming to Brooklyn Prospect. And I just want to close by saying that we're going to miss you so much, and just having you as a principal and leader will be something that we miss a ton, and just feeling hopeful that we continue to see you on a regular basis since you'll still be at Brooklyn Prospect. Thank you.
Hi, Miss Michael. I would like to take this opportunity to express my gratitude to you. I feel so grateful for having you as my principal when I step into this career field as a new teacher a year and a half ago. Thank you so much for all the support and help you have provided to us. You really have fostered a sense of caring and support that allows us as a teacher to improve our teaching and practice daily. I'm forever grateful for all you do and your impact on this school. Thank you.
Carolyn, it's hard to put into words just how thankful I am for the time I've gotten to spend here with you as my principal. I remember meeting you for the first time when I was coming to visit, and just immediately feeling at home, knowing the Quaker background that you had and that some of the values that we shared. Over the time I've been here, I've just really seen you as a really steady principal, someone who I could rely on, someone who I was really inspired by, excited me about the place where I was choosing to spend this period of my career. I've really admired the work that you've done with our equity working group and having a leader that is so open about your whiteness and your developing identity around that. I've really appreciated the time I've gotten to spend with you in PDs and sessions and learning from you just as an academic and as a teacher. And I just couldn't think of a better mentor for me to have during this period of my career. So I'm very thankful for you. I'm glad that you're still going to be in the network, and I'll continue to be able to engage with you and see you around next year and in the years to come. But I'm very thankful for you, and so glad that I have been able to have my journey overlap with yours over this course of time. So thank you.
Hi, Carolyn. Congratulations on your new job. I just want to share a few words. First, I just wanted to say thank you again for your help when I first started the school. You came all the way from Brooklyn to the Upper West Side to talk with me, to help me hire teachers, to help me understand the IB. And that's who you've always been. You've always been a helpful hand in air, listening to ideas, giving feedback. So always appreciate you for that. And then I want to talk about the trait of you that I admire most. One of the things I've noticed over all these years is just your commitment to getting better. Every day a little bit better, every day a little bit better, questioning how can we do this better the next time? And I find that to be the most admirable trait in people. It's something that I try to improve in myself, that I try to tell my children about, and you really live that in our time together as leaders. So I want to say thank you and best of luck, and I know you'll be great at your job because every day you're going to get better.
Hey Carolyn, thank you for introducing me to such a wonderful community of educators. I really appreciate your leadership and your attentiveness to the needs of the staff, faculty, and students. We're going to miss having you around, and I hope to see you around on campus.
Hi, Carolyn. I just wanted to say congratulations on your new role at the network. I also wanted to express a ton of gratitude for you hiring me. Our world and our country is going through some immense necessary changes, and I wholeheartedly feel like I'm at the right place and working with the right people and a part of the right school community to do the best work possible and have the most impact. And that absolutely wouldn't have happened if you hadn't offered me a job here. And I'm really excited to continue to work at Brooklyn Prospect. Being able to work for you was a main reason why I wanted to come here in the first place. I am blown away at your level of humility and intelligence and experience and education. And I'm very happy that you're not leaving Brooklyn Prospect, and I know that you'll still have a ton of impact on the work that we do at Windsor Terrace Middle. So thank you so much. And yeah, this is by no means the end. And congratulations, because you've built a wonderful school that is doing great by kids and families, and we will continue to do so. Okay.
Hi, Carolyn. It's me, Sergio. I wanted to leave you a message to, number one, thank you for all the guidance and support you've given me and the art department over the last few years. You're one of the reasons why I joined Windsor Terrace Middle School, and so I wanted to share that with you. I also wanted to share that I really admire your ability to just listen and be open to things that are different and new, and kind of roll with punches, and I've always appreciated that about you. Although it will be sad to not have you as our principal next year, I'm really happy that you're not leaving Brooklyn Prospect, and that you'll actually just have a larger role in the lives of all the students that we serve. And so thank you so much. We will miss you, and hopefully we get to hang out a little bit, even though you won't be at our campus. Take care.
Carolyn, we want to thank you for all that you have done for us and being an amazing leader and a principal to our school. You have been a great support to the after-school program, and we just want to say thank you, Carolyn. Good luck at the treehouse. Cut.
Carolyn, first, congratulations on your new position at the Treehouse. I know that you're going to do a great job, as you have always done a great job as a principal. I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity 5 years ago. You changed my life forever, honestly. If I hadn't gotten the job at Brooklyn Prospect, I probably would have left New York at some point. As we all know, New York's not the easiest city to live in, especially if you're young and single and don't have a lot of money. But the opportunity that you gave me to teach Spanish at Brooklyn Prospect Charter School solidified my existence in New York and helped me establish myself. And I don't think I would have met Malou if I didn't have the financial stability to, to be in New York. So, and then without Malou, I wouldn't have had Lope. So perhaps I owe all of my happiness to you in some roundabout way. But seriously, Carolyn, I want to thank you for everything. Your support, your love, your care, your empathy, your patience. I know maybe I didn't always make your job the easiest, but I always felt that you cared about me as a human being. And I just want to thank you again, honestly. So I don't know what else to say. Just thank you, and thank you for your support in my application to the high school. And I know that our network is so thankful for you, and we all benefit from the work that you do every day, from administration to the personnel, the many personalities that we have at our school. You do such a good job of managing all of us and keeping us focused and challenging us. So as I move into the high school, I will always remember you as the person who gave me a chance when maybe when no one else would. So thank you so much, and good luck.
Carolyn, I am really excited to see the way that you will continue to shape our community as you transition into your new role, but wanted to take this opportunity to say how much I appreciate having you as a principal. The last 3 years have been so transformative for me, and it wouldn't have been possible if you hadn't been willing to hire me with literally zero teaching experience, and I love being a teacher, so thank you. I also appreciate so much the way that you listen. I appreciate that you don't rush conversations. Several memories are coming to mind when I think about that. Just sitting in your office talking about affinity spaces and looking up, more than an hour had gone by, and just realizing so many people demand your time simultaneously, but when you're with someone, you really communicate care by being very present with them, and I appreciate that so much, and I learn a lot about how to do that well by observing you. So thank you, and I hope that you'll still be with us in some way, shape, or form in the fall and beyond, on the internet or hopefully in school. Congratulations and thank you.
Hi, Carolyn. I just want to start off by saying thank you so much for one, giving me the opportunity to come onto this community. I could not be more grateful. I feel every time I think about our interview, I feel like that was probably a leap of faith, but I absolutely appreciate it. We didn't work together a ton, but when we did this last year, it was really interesting to be able to pick your brain in a different kind of workspace. But I also just want to thank you for always trusting me and giving me all the faith that I was doing the right thing or leading the work in the right direction. I always kind of feel like amazed and nervous when people do that. But from you, I feel like it was a huge compliment. So thank you so much. I'm going to miss seeing your warm smile in the hallways and having your openness and to reflect and to hear others in spaces. I've always admired that about you. I am so excited for you and to be working at the network level and to not have to say a full goodbye. I can't wait to see what you do, and I hope that in the future we get to work together again.
So I put this off for a very long time because I'm just so thankful that I was able to be a DSO with you, Carolyn, even if it was just one of the most unpredictable school years ever. Thank you for just constantly pushing me to move past discomfort and routine, to take time for myself as a leader and to really push my thinking. Your empathy and your kindness has always been just such an inspiration, and I can't believe how much I'll miss hearing you hum in your office when I shared the wall with you. I'm just incredibly grateful and humbled to have shared some of your passion and your enthusiasm, and I can't wait to work with you in a completely different way.
Hey, Carolyn. In this past year, you have helped me reimagine what's possible, and you've helped me see what a school community should look and feel like. I want to take this moment to say thank you. I feel so honored to have worked with you and to have learned from you, and I know that your next phase will be incredible. Our students and staff are so lucky to have been guided by you over the years.
Hi, Carolyn. Congratulations on your new role. As you shift roles within the network, I just wanted to tell you how grateful I am for your mentorship and your leadership, not just at Windsor Terrace, but across the whole network. A couple things I specifically really appreciate about you are the way you bring thoughtfulness to every situation and real care, both for the adults you're working with and more specifically for the students, always keeping them at the forefront of your mind for any decision. I look forward to continuing to work with you in your new role and to continue to learn from you. And congrats again.
Hello, Miss Michael. I just really want to say thank you for taking your hands on me and allowing me to not only survive but thrive in this space as an educator and also as an ID student. I don't even know how I could begin to explain just the ability to have the work-life balance I do and how amazing it's been and how much of a gift it's been to be able to do the work that I love and appreciate in a space that also loves and appreciates me. So just thank you for giving me a chance to do all the things that I'm super passionate about and encouraging me to continue to do all that work. I also love it when you stop by my classroom too. So just thank you for the constant encouragement and warmth that you always have whenever I see you.
Hi, Carolyn. As a parent at the middle school for the last 5 years and PTSO president for the last 2 years, I wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart for your partnership and your leadership. You've been amazing to work with. And just listening to you talk about education with such authority and clarity and intelligence has been an education for me. You should be so proud of what you've created at the middle school. It's such a special place with such a strong team. Good luck in your new role. We will miss you, and thank you again.
Hi, Carolyn. It has been such a pleasure to have you as my principal for the last 4 years. I have really enjoyed working with you in many different capacities. You are just so kind and caring and understanding, especially if anything came up in my personal life. You always know that teachers aren't just teachers, we're also family members and partners, and that I really appreciated so much for your thoughtfulness into every interaction that you have with me and many teachers at our school. I have learned so much from you, especially around how to communicate with families, whether it's to pause and reflect before I respond to an email. Specifically, you taught me about rewording the email in a way that would have been more constructive to send to me, which is extremely helpful because as we have so many emotions in the work that we do, it's important not to let them get the best of us. As well as just family meetings. We had one last week remotely, and I just really admire the way that you phrase things and the way that you interact with the family, showing them that you care and that you really want what's best for their child. It's super clear. And I've learned so much from you over the last 4 years in that area, and it's been like extremely valuable for me and something that I will always take with me moving forward. I am really happy for your new position and glad that you're not leaving the network completely, although it's going to be so strange not having you as our principal next year. I wish you all the best, and I hope that we can still see each other from time to time.
Carolyn, thank you for everything you have done for Prospect School's children. Since I first met you 12 years ago now at our first retreat, you have been a guiding light in this organization, deeply engaged in the founding and who we are today, and I'm sure who will be in the future. It is wonderful to see you graduating as a principal and moving up to the treehouse so your light will go farther and wider. You probably know more children than any of us at this organization, and I thank you so much for all you have done to push us on a regular basis to get better and to be the guiding light of continuous improvement at all of our Brooklyn Prospect Charter Schools. So congratulations. Have a great summer. Look forward to seeing you back in the fall as a leader of Treehouse. Take care.
Thank you, Carolyn, for having such a huge impact on my life. I remember when I first met you at our interview, I was just blown away by how compassionate and knowledgeable you were about everything going on in the school. You were just so caring and wonderful. And it was really just such a pleasant interview and a pleasant atmosphere that really made what could have been a tough decision about should I leave a job I know to come here, that made it so easy. So thank you so much for always being a positive force, a force for good for our students, for our teachers, for everyone who walks into the building. I don't think I have ever worked in a more positive or caring place. And I think that is largely due to the work you put in every day. We all know how hard you work. We all appreciate it so much. And it has been an absolute pleasure this year.
Hi, Carolyn. I was so sad to hear that you weren't working with us next year at Windsor Terrace. I wish we could have worked together longer. I want to really thank you for all of the work that you did to get me into ELA enrichment. I really appreciate all of your efforts. It really meant a lot to me. I know that you will have a huge impact on the larger school community by working for the network, and I hope that our paths cross again. Thank you, and good luck in your new role.
Hey Carolyn, I want to start out by saying congratulations on your new role. It's so strange that you won't be our principal at Windsor Terrace next year. Thinking back, for those 7 years that I've known you, it's so hard to believe that you were once my co-teacher and then went to principal, and now you're moving on to this treehouse role that I know that you're going to do amazing things with. Thank you for everything you've done for Windsor Terrace, and I've always admired
your never give up, optimistic, and positive attitude. And yeah, congratulations. Don't be a stranger. Come visit us.
What do I admire the most about Carolyn Michael? There are quite a few things, but I think one of the biggest things for me is just the ways in which Carolyn is such a natural mentor and leader. I know when I first came to Prospect Schools, Carolyn immediately took so much time out to really help, obviously welcome me to the organization, but also to just teach me about what it meant to be a prospector and who we were, and all those different things that makes Prospect Schools such a special place. And so I think that is one of the things I really admire, and I have seen her do that so often and to such a degree with all of her faculty and her staff and her leaders and her students and her families. And I'm just really grateful to have learned and grown from it. And I'm also really excited to bring all of that to the central office, to the Treehouse, to help it impact even more prospectors to come. So congratulations, Carolyn, on this really big transition.
Carolyn Michael assumed the principalship of Windsor Terrace Middle School, the flagship middle school, in May of 2015. For the next 2,628,000 some odd minutes, she has worked tirelessly, pouring her heart and soul into leading the school that she helped found. Starting at Brooklyn Prospect as an educator, Carolyn has brought a pedagogical lens, sense of inquiry, and deep care for teaching and learning to her leadership at Windsor Terrace. Carolyn and I met in the April of 2017. As we walked through Windsor Terrace on an instructional round together, her passion for education was immediately lifted up in how she talked about the priorities of the school, notably lifting up the recent launch of a border crossers pilot at WTMS. Further, she excitedly explained the year-long focus on productive struggle that her staff had been engaging. Her eyes twinkled as she detailed a recent partnership with Facing History as an innovative school. Carolyn has always been a champion of designing methods to support the work of excellent teaching and learning. Her eye towards collaborative opportunities for educators to share and proliferate best practices is built into the fabric of the Windsor Terrace community. The reputation of Windsor Terrace Middle School as a site where excellent teachers come to stay and grow is well known outside these walls by educators and families alike, built upon by the leadership of Principal Michael. Carolyn, your lasting impact is counted in the 500 plus students you have helped to high school and beyond, the countless educators and staff you have supported, trained, and mentored, the successor principal you helped grow to carry on this work. The thing about Windsor Terrace is that it is an important exemplar of quality teaching and learning in practice and action. As you transition into your new role to help bring the same level of care and expertise to impact students and adults across the network, we are fortunate to continue learning and growing with you. To Carolyn Michael.
Hi, Carolyn. Congratulations on your new role. Something that really stands out to me about you is your warmth and your kindness. I remember when I was interviewing at Brooklyn Prospect 3 years ago, that really set both you and Brooklyn Prospect apart for me in the context of other schools, both that I'd worked at and was looking at that time. It was a really, really big draw in ultimately choosing to work here, and I'm so glad that I did. I was also so struck by, at the new faculty orientation, you go on a walk, I guess, with every new faculty member. And I just felt so grateful to have joined this community where I could go on a walk with the principal, and your candor and your openness was really, really striking. So thank you for building a really wonderful, loving, warm community here at Brooklyn Prospect. Thank you for the way you've impacted me. Thank you for the way you've impacted our school. And I'm really excited for you to continue bringing that warmth and openness to the Brooklyn Prospect community at large. So congrats.
Hey, Carolyn. I just want to say thank you for all the amazing work that you've done here at WTMS. You have done such amazing work for our community, and you should know that I appreciate you very much. Thank you for always being positive, giving me the opportunity to grow, and just for you to know, I have learned a lot just by working closely with you. We won't be texting buddies for coverages anymore, but I know I can still reach out to you since you'll be working at Treehouse. But I'm wishing you all the best. Thank you.
Hey, Carolyn. When I was first in the process of deciding about jobs for last fall, I came and visited Brooklyn Prospect, Windsor Terrace Middle School, and I remember so distinctly that I walked into your office and you closed your computer to give me your full attention. And I was so moved by that because I thought, like, here's somebody who has so much to do, who is really dedicating some true time to me and my needs. And I've continued to feel that way throughout our school year. I just feel that you guide and lead with care, and I have been really, really inspired by how you lead from that lens. And I've been really glad to have known you for this year. And I'm glad that you'll continue to be in the network. Thank you.
Carolyn, working with and for you at Windsor Terrace was such a joy. I have learned over the years so much from you. Watching the way that you lead with this rare combination of warmth and strength and utter calm, as you keep an incredible eye on the big picture while attending to the moving parts. It's really extraordinary, and I'm so appreciative of the example that you give all of us. I at the time when I was at Windsor Terrace, I had some friends who taught at other schools, and I remember hearing them bemoan the PDs that they were subject to at their schools. And I would, on more than one occasion, I remember sort of arrogantly saying, "Oh, really? My principal gives amazing PDs." But really, like, being in a room with you and having the benefit of your energy and enthusiasm for teaching and learning is such a gift. We celebrate you. We love you. Thank you for everything you've given to me and to the organization.
I just want to start off by saying I so appreciate you and the level of care that you give to every single faculty member, every single teacher in our building, every single family member, every single student. And I think you do such a phenomenal job of making the principalship look easy. I just want to say that, like, in entering into this role and you as my mentor, I didn't know, like, what it would entail because of the way that you carried yourself with such grace and poise and confidence. I never could have imagined the magnitude of the work. Because it's like, you don't ever let them see you sweat, you know? Both when you're riding your bike to school and you get there, nobody sees you sweat. And then also just in the day-to-day work of the role, you just have such an ability to carry the weight of so much. And really make it look weightless. So I thank you for your guidance this year, for your continued support this year, and Windsor Terrace Middle School is not going to be the same without you, and I'm so grateful you have laid such a strong foundation, both in hiring some talented, irreplaceable faculty members, to like setting up such strong systems and structures at our school, that we have such a well-running ship that, like, I feel like as the new captain, so to speak, the work that I'll have to do is so minimal compared to what other folks who might be successors are facing. So thank you so much for your mentorship, for your guidance, for your ability to just operate with such flawlessness, emotional constancy and grace. And congratulations, we will miss you. And our Windsor Terrace Middle School will not be the same. But you will not be too far away because you'll be right down the street at 355 Bridge. So we are excited to, at least I know our whole school is excited, and I'm super excited to continue partnering with you because I think your touch on our school just would not be the same. Thank you, Carolyn.
Carolyn, you were one of the very first people I met at Brooklyn Prospect. I remember meeting Lena's lovely math teacher with the enviable curls and liking you immediately. 2 years later, I was a colleague of yours, and 2 years after that, you were my supervisor and Miles's principal. You've impacted the Gallagher family in many ways. It has been so wonderful working with you and getting the benefit of your knowledge and helpful insights along the way, which I'm sure has made me a better librarian. One specific thing I remember was when I would tell you how I solved a classroom management problem in the library with a very strong response, and you would be so happy and say, "I love when you were mean, Leslie." You always knew how hard it was to put my foot down in the library. I thank you for all of your help and support and wish you well as you move up the BPCS food chain. Thank you for everything.
Hey Carolyn, I just wanted to hop on here for a minute and say thank you for all that you've given to Brooklyn Prospect Middle School over the years. For myself and my family, you've been such a guiding light to us. You're so inspiring, whether it's watching you teach the children or watching you guide your staff, or whether it's in our leadership meetings. I just fully appreciate the way that you lead from the front and the example that you show our community. And I am going to miss you greatly next year, but I hope to see you around the other campuses. All the best.
Okay, so I waited till the very last minute to make your tribute because I was so overwhelmed with trying to figure out the perfect thing to say or the right thing to say or how to make it work. And then I realized that the tribute was for you, and I felt so much better. And I think that speaks to our relationship or our dynamic. I don't even think I have the words to tell you how grateful I am for you as a leader, as a supervisor, as a mentor, as a human. Since the day I walked in, you've been trusting me with something that you care about so much, which is your school. You've given me a voice. You stood up for me. You were on my side. You made me feel welcome. You never gave up on me. And I don't even know if I could find the words to tell you how grateful I am for you. I am truly, truly so happy to say that you were my first principal in the school. I know that you've changed my way of thinking for so long. I've been traumatized by so many white people in my life. And I came into this relationship very afraid. And it was through your ability to trust me that I was able to do my job. And I'm going to miss you as a principal. I know that our school's in good hands. I believe that. But I'm going to miss our one-on-ones, just having random moments of laughter or enjoying our time. I want to thank you for being such a believer in my ability to do my job and never making me feel like I came up short. I want to thank you for being you. I want to thank you for caring so much about kids. I don't even know if that's a thing you should thank people for. But I want you to know that I'm grateful for you. You have changed my life in many ways. It was so incredible to have a boss like you coming into this. I want to thank you for always being my advocate. I want to thank you for never, ever, ever silencing me or making me feel unheard. And also when I did bring something to you, you were always there to support me through it. And I'm so grateful for all of it. And I just couldn't imagine coming into this role with anyone else. You are one of my favorite supervisors. You will always be. You mean the world to me. I love you. I think you're an incredible leader. I can't wait to see all that you do at the network level. And even beyond that, I swear one day you're going to just start your own network or be the CEO. And I will come and work for you anywhere you go because I believe in everything that you do and everything that you say. And thank you so much for having patience with me and allowing me to be myself and not be anyone else in this space. I'm so grateful for that. And I am going to miss you. but I'm also so proud of you and so excited, so excited that you get to embark on this new journey, and you deserve it. You've had 5 years of amazing leadership. I see a mark on this school. I will continue to see a mark on this school, and I'm grateful for you. Thank you, Carolyn. I love you. Good luck. I will see you soon.
Hi, Carolyn. It's Kelly. I am so excited for you to move into your new role. I think you're going to be fantastic at it. And as I thought about this video, I was just thinking back to that first time before Brooklyn Prospect even started, when we met and had a beer and you talked about what had brought you on board. And since then, the many different ways that I've learned from seeing you teach and working with you, feedback you've given me over the years, the way that you just really are thoughtful about every interaction that you have, taking just that little bit of extra effort to show people that you're listening and that you're hearing what they have to say. There are so many different ways that you've just been an inspiration. And I only get a minute, which is almost done. But the journey is really just moving to a different stage. And I look forward to working with you in that new stage.
Carolyn, although you may be ending one portion of your career, this is truly yet another beginning for you at Prospect Schools. Regardless, I do think it is important to mark this change of leadership and to thank you for your incredible efforts over the past 5 years as you led our network's first school, taking the reins from our founding principal. Not only did you inherit an incredible responsibility, but you made the school so much better. You improved pedagogy that made the thinking apparent and put the cognitive load on the students. You increased the professionalism and collaboration in the faculty. You focused on data to improve learning for all students, and perhaps most importantly, you have been a champion for diversity, creating the first equity working group in the network, and combating, and in some places ending, disproportionality in our student discipline system. This is when I would pause for applause, but there's no one else. While I have this moment, I do also want to acknowledge Carolyn, your long history of contribution to Prospect Schools. I met you over 11 years ago and recruited you to be our founding math teacher. I still actually remember your teaching video. I have a few photos from our new faculty retreat in 2009. that I wanted to show. Here's a young Ms. Michael, obviously contemplating how to found our first school and make it a great place for all students. Here's the first group. I believe this is a debate over spiral over notebooks versus 3-ring binders. Very important founding decision. I'm sure that you and Ms. Walsh were coming up with how to make the place a more creative and inspiring place for all students. And this is our first special ed teacher, where I'm sure you were thinking about how to make the school more inclusive. And then of course the most important part of any good founding retreat was the creating of the founding t-shirts, which we have here on the founding t-shirts. And here we are, the whole group of us, on the beach. I was taking the photo, but it was incredible. It's been an incredible journey. Prospect Schools is truly your professional legacy